Welcome to this video. We're going to be making a political map of Pennsylvania using QGIS. So first off, we're going to start off by installing QGIS on your computer. Now you can go to the QGIS website, click on Download Now, and there's downloads available for Windows, macOS, Linux, BSD, and also for mobile phones. I have Linux, so it was pretty easy to install it right from our repo. So with that being said, we'll go ahead, and this is what QGIS looks like when it first opens up. So we'll go ahead and click on New Empty Project. But before we can continue, we have to download some files. And for that, we're going to go over here to the PASDA website to get our shape files that we need to create our map. So you scroll down here, and first off, we're going to do boundaries. And you'll want to download the Pennsylvania county boundaries, as well as the Pennsylvania municipality boundaries, and the Pennsylvania state boundary. And from here you can click on download. Luckily for us, we have already downloaded these files right here. So in QGIS Desktop, we're going to go to our files that we downloaded. And we're going to first open up the state boundary. Alright, so it pulls up the state boundary of Pennsylvania, and we want to change how it looks. But first off, let's go ahead and rename this to, we'll just call it the state boundary. Then we'll go here to properties. And we want this on single symbol, fill, and this here needs to be outline, simple line. The color should be black. Completely black. And the stroke width needs to be 1 millimeter. And that looks good. We'll go ahead and hit apply. And as you can see, it looks just like that. So we'll go ahead and click OK since it looks okay to us. Now we're going to add the county boundary. So we'll go here and drag the file onto here. And as you can see, all of the counties in Pennsylvania have been added, and we'll go ahead and rename this as well. And we'll also change the style of it. Now for this one. Now we'll need to change this to outline simple line again. Change the color of this to FFC 000, which gives us this golden color. And for the stroke width, we want to have that as 0.5 millimeters. Change this line to a dashed dot line. And you can see that now we have a dashed dot line. However, the county boundary is on top of the state boundary, and we want to get rid of that. But we'll do that later. Now we're going to create another outline that's beneath this one. And again, we'll go to Outline, Simple Line, change the color, to be a bit more lighter. And yes, we want this to be a solid line, and we want the stroke width to be 1 millimeter. And as you can see, when we hit apply, it really enhanced this line that we added here. So that looks good. We'll hit OK, and as you can see that the county line is on top of the state boundary. So we'll just go ahead and move that down a layer. Now the state boundary is on top of the county boundary. Alright. Now we're not done yet. We need to add the labels onto the county boundaries so we know what county it is. So we'll go here to Properties, under County Boundary, and we'll go here to Labels. And under Label, we'll go to Single Label. And the value here, we'll need to change this value. So we'll go ahead, and it would be a concatenation of the county name and the word county. Oops, you can see in this example how the county name and the county are all merged together. So we'll just add a space here, and there's now a space here. Let's go ahead and hit apply, and we'll hit apply here. And as you can see, we now have the county names in there. But as you can see, these names don't exactly look right on the map. So we'll go ahead and change the font to Nimbus Sans. And we want it bold, 10 points. The color, we want to change that to D9A300. Gives us this darker golden color. And the opacity, 100%. And we'll click on apply. As you can see, we now have a county name that matches the styling of the county boundaries. However, as you can see, the map looks pretty jumbled. So we'll go ahead and only render it at a different scale. What this will do is only render the label if you zoom into the map. So we'll go ahead and hit apply, and all of the labels have disappeared. Now we'll zoom in, and as you can see, the county boundaries are, the county names I should say, are in a much better location. And they're not jumbling up the map. Alright, that's it for the Pennsylvania county boundaries. Now let's go for the municipal boundaries. So again, we'll go to the location where we downloaded all these files. And we'll click on municipal boundaries and then drag the shapefile on top of here. Now, the municipality boundaries are going to be quite a bit more complicated this time. So first, we'll go ahead and rename this layer to municipal boundaries. And we'll move this layer underneath the county boundaries. So we'll go here to properties. We'll go to symbiology. And now in Pennsylvania, municipal boundaries consist of cities, boroughs, a town, and townships. And this will make it considerably more complicated when we do this. So for this, we'll go to rule-based. And we'll double click on this one here. We're going to label this cities. And we'll go ahead and filter this. So we click on the expression button. We'll go under here for fields and values. And then we'll find the class of M field. Now, class of M is short for municipality class. And we want this class to be for cities only. So we'll go ahead, click all unique, and then double click on city. Click OK. And then we'll go ahead and test this. So there's 57 cities in Pennsylvania. Now we're not done here yet. We need to go ahead and under symbol, make this a shape burst fill. And we want this to color, and we'll make the first color FFC000, which gives us this almost orange color. And then we want the second color to be FFF. Okay, that's good. That's pure white. Oh, one thing I forgot to do here is set the opacity to 50% for the first color. Then we'll also want to set a distance to 5 millimeters. Alright, so now all of the cities in Pennsylvania have appeared on the map, including Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, St. Mary's, Hermitage, and more. Now, Pennsylvania is not just comprised of cities. Next, we'll go ahead and add the boroughs and the town. So we'll go back here to properties. And we'll go ahead and add a rule. Oops, I meant boroughs and town. We'll go ahead and go to the expression editor again. For the fields and values, we want the class of M to be Boros. And we also want to include the town. Okay. Now let's test it. There are 967 boroughs and 1 town in Pennsylvania. Okay. Everything looks good. And here we're going to change this to being a shape burst fill again. Change the color to FFC 000 and change the opacity to 25%. Okay. And pure white, 100% opacity there, that's good. Now we want to set the shape burst distance to 3 millimeters. Now what this does is, you see how with the cities here, it's a color gradient from that gold color all the way down to white here. Well, it goes from that dark gold color to white in 5 millimeters. This will be set to 3 here. And we'll go ahead and hit apply. Alright, now we'll hit OK and I'll show you the different boroughs. And as you can see, this is with cities and boroughs all laid out on the map. And this time we've added Sugar Creek Borough here, as well as some other boroughs in this area and surrounding Pittsburgh and Beaver Valley. Alright, but we're not done yet. We need to still add townships to the map. So we'll go ahead and click on Properties. Click on Add Another Rule. And this time, type in Townships. And for filter, we'll go ahead and go to the expression editor, Fields and Values, class of M equals 1 township, class 1 townships, or Class 2 townships. Then we'll go ahead and click OK. Now, with townships on the map, it's going to get very, very cluttered. As a matter of fact, we'll just go ahead and hit OK for now and apply. As you can see, all these lines, it's going to get very cluttered. So what we want to do is only show townships at a certain scale. So we'll go ahead and click on this checkbox for scale range. And we'll do it for 1 to 500,000 to 1. And what this will do is all of these townships will now disappear if we go ahead and click OK. So as you can see, they've all disappeared. And will only be visible when we zoom into the map. But we have not begun to set up the style of townships. So we'll go ahead and go back to here. And for the styling, we'll go ahead and do just a simple line here. And for the color, we'll do FFC 000. Gives us that golden color again. Opacity 100%, and the stroke width will be 0.25 millimeters. Okay. And now for the stroke, we want dash dot dot line. Okay. Everything looks good, so we'll click OK. Then we'll click Apply. And we'll go ahead and click OK here. So now when you zoom in, you'll be able to see the townships in this thin line inside the county boundaries. So now you might be thinking to yourself, what city is this? What city is that? What borough is that? And if we zoom in, you might be thinking, well, what township is this? So we'll go ahead and now begin to add the labels to the map. So we'll go ahead, right click on municipal boundaries, then click on properties, then go to the labels tab. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and click on rule-based labeling. And we'll go ahead and click on this plus sign to add a label, rule. And for this, we're going to call it cities. And again, we're going to filter just the cities. So we'll go to class of M equals city. All right, 57 cities in Pennsylvania. And now, under labels, we'll go ahead and click on Municipal 1. This is the field that has the city name in it. So we'll go ahead and click on that. And then we'll go ahead and change the font to, I prefer Nimbus Sans. It looks nice. It's more like Helvetica. And we'll go bold 12 point. And we'll change the color of the font to BF8F00. And we have this almost orange color here. Alrighty. Okay, that looks good on the font side now. And now the rendering. We'll go ahead and suppress labeling of features smaller than, we'll say, 5 millimeters. And we'll go ahead and click on OK. And OK. Now, as you can see, Pittsburgh is now has now appeared, as well as St. Mary's. We'll zoom out, and now only the biggest cities in Pennsylvania get shown, such as St. Mary's and Philadelphia, for the labeling. Now we have Philadelphia County and Philadelphia here, the city of Scranton, Allentown, Pittsburgh, St. Mary, and Hermitage. Now, as we zoom in, more cities will appear. We'll go up here. And now we have Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton, Pottsville, Williamsport, and Hazleton now appear. And as you keep zooming in, more and more city labels will appear. But I think this is a pretty good balance to keep the map from being too cluttered. So we'll go ahead and center the map back again. Now we'll add the labeling for boroughs and the town. So we'll go over here and go to properties for the municipality boundaries, and we'll add another rule. And we'll call this boroughs and town. And again, we'll go to the filter expression page, double click on class of M column, and we'll select boroughs. Don't forget to add the OR condition. Class of M equals the town. Okay, now we'll test this again. Alright, filter return 967 boroughs and 1 town. Go ahead and click OK. And that looks good there. So now we'll go ahead and, for the value, go to Municipal 1, since that has the borough names in it. For the text, we'll go ahead and change this to Nimbus Sans again. And we'll make it bold, 10 points. Change the color to BF8F00. Opacity 100%. Okay, that's good. Okay. And let's see here. See if there's type case, we'll make this title case for the boroughs. Alright, so we'll go ahead and click on OK. And hit apply. Oh, as you can see, we left off something since all of the boroughs have now appeared on the map. So we'll go back, we'll go ahead and double click that. And for rendering, we'll go ahead and under suppress labeling of features smaller than, we'll go ahead and click on 3. Click OK, click apply. Alright. Maybe we'll change that to 5. Okay. That's a much cleaner map. Okay, as you can see, the largest of the boroughs now appear on the map, such as Sugar Creek, Plum, Economy, Big Beaver, and Archbald over here. And as we zoom in, we'll see more and more borough names appear. All the way back up to here. Now we'll reset our view. Okay, but we're not done yet. We still have to add township names. So we'll go back here to properties again. Add another rule. For the description, type in townships. Under filter, click the expression button. Fields and values. Come down here for class of M equals first class townships, or class of M equals second class townships. And again, we'll go ahead and change the scale here to 1 to 500,000 for minimum scale, and 1 to 1 for maximum scale. And the value is going to be for the value, we'll go ahead and do the expression editor on this one. And we'll say it's a concatenation of municipal 1 and the abbreviation for township on the end. Whoops. Okay, we had that. I didn't know if you caught that, but we had an error here. Down here said the expression is invalid. That's because I put double quotation marks around township for this string expression here. It should just be a single quotation to represent a string. The double quotations are reserved for the fields and values. So we'll go ahead and click OK. And For the font, we're going to change that to Nimbus Sans, bold, and 8 points. The color, we're going to change that to FFC 000. And click OK. Click on Apply. And when we click on Apply, nothing happens in the background. So we'll go ahead and click OK, and now we'll zoom in. And now that we've zoomed in to under 1 to 500,000 on the scale down here, as you can see, we can now see the townships such as Snowshoe Township, Boggs Township, State College Borough, and the city of Lock Haven up here. As we go down here, we'll see the city of Altoona and the borough of Hollidaysburg here. And you can keep zooming in and zoom out. Now, look at this scale here. We'll zoom out one more time and it'll go above 500,000. And that's when we'll lose the townships. Townships will no longer be visible. And now we can see statewide again. Alright, and this concludes how to create a political map of Pennsylvania using QGIS and free data from the Pennsylvania Spatial Data Access website.